Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever in this world it is that you are. Welcome once more to another live stream of Alexandra Mayers Live, page by page reading and commentary of the modern English version of the Bible. I'm your host, as you know, Alexandra. I couldn't let another day go by without reading another chapter of the book of Samuel. It's been 8 days, and I've been busy doing some other things. Um, Received the unfortunate word yesterday that a family member who I basically grew up with and who was close to my age passed away. I'll tell you, this year has been a bit of a rough emotional year for me. I'm not going to elaborate too much, but those of you who have followed me for years, especially if you follow my various projects, you know that this was an unusually rough year for me. So I've just been taking it really easy. I had certain plans for the holidays. I think I'm going to shift what my plans were and just take a tremendous amount of time to myself over the holidays and spend the holidays alone. I'll still interact via telephone, of course, with family and friends, and I'm sure I'll live stream, but I want to remain fairly stationary after I leave where I am right now. So that's what I will be doing. Anyway, today we're going to go into the first book of Samuel, chapter 19. Sorry if I'm speaking a little extra slow or if I sound extra monotone at the moment, but I'm in a very chill mood. J-Dog, yay! How are you doing? Happy Sunday to you also. I couldn't let another day go without doing another chapter of the Bible because it's been 8 days since I have. And I don't like neglecting this project too much, so let me go ahead and get started. This is titled Saul Tries to Kill David. So that's pretty expected because in the previous chapters that I covered, Saul became very jealous of David, and needlessly, because all of everything David was accomplishing was a good reflection publicly upon Saul, but Saul was just jealous of David. So his jealousy is driving him to want to kill him now. So here we go. And Saul spoke to Jonathan, his son, and to all his servants, that they should kill David. But Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted very much in David. Jonathan told David, saying, My father Saul seeks to kill you. Therefore, be on guard in the morning. Stay in a secret place and hide yourself. And I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where you are. Then I will speak about you to my father, and what I observe I will report to you. All right, so Jonathan wants to help David. He does not agree with what Saul, his dad, is up to. Jonathan spoke positively of David to Saul, his father, and said to him, Do not let the king sin against his servant, again David, because he has not sinned against you, and because his deeds have been very good toward you. For he took his life in his hand and struck down the Philistine, and the Lord made a great salvation for all Israel. You saw it and rejoiced. Now why then would you sin against innocent blood to kill David without cause? I like Jonathan. Jonathan standing up to his father, and he's like, "You're insane, Dad." But the dad can't let it go. And the reason he can't let it go is because when David killed Goliath, that was just one of those legendary occurrences that everybody was going to talk about forever. I mean, we're even talking about it still today. And Sal knew that nothing he was going to be able to do would ever top what David did. Everywhere he went, because of the attachment of David to Sal, Sal probably had to hear about how awesome David was, and it finally got to him because he was insecure. So let this be a lesson in a way, this particular chapter, to men especially, but women too, when I think about it, when it comes to jealousy. But jealousy consumes you, it's needless. If Sal had just had a better view of himself and wasn't so insecure and what didn't feel like he had to be super duper top dog within everything, then he would have been remembered in the Bible probably way more positively. Here he is written in the Bible about what a jerk he was simply due to what? Jealousy and envy. So I think that's a little comical, actually. I definitely do. I enjoy reading the Bible a lot. It's great. All right, let's continue. And hey, Black Angelican, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. I'm glad you made it too. Thanks for listening. I'm trying to be consistent with this. It's just, I have had a crazy year. This has been the year of me dealing with the reality of the part of life known as death. Oh, gosh. I'll talk about that another day. I can't talk about it right now. I want to finish this chapter of the Bible, and at least it's a good chapter. But yeah, I don't, and don't get me wrong, people, okay, who listen, don't be overly concerned. I'm not depressed. I'm just going through it. That's what it is. Where I am in it, I don't know. My GPS is not functional. I don't have a compass. But I'm using my intuition and I'm using common sense, and I'm just moving in the direction I feel is forward, one day at a time. So my perspective has shifted tremendously this year. And I'm glad. It's all about personal development, you know? So anyway, let's continue. So Sal listened to the voice of Jonathan, and Sal vowed, "As the Lord lives, he will not be killed." Jonathan called David, and Jonathan reported to him all these words. Then Jonathan brought David to Saul, and he was in his presence as previously. Then there was war again, and David went out and fought with the Philistines. He slew them with a great slaughter, and they fled from him. Now an evil spirit from the Lord was upon Saul, as he was sitting in his house with his spear in his hand, while David was playing an instrument with his hand. Then Saul sought to pin David to the wall with the spear, but he escaped from Saul's presence. He struck the spear into the wall, but David fled and escaped that night. Saul also sent messengers to the house of David to watch him and to slay him in the morning. But Michal, wife of David, told him, saying, "If you do not save your life tonight, tomorrow you will be dead." So Michal let David down through a window, and he went and fled to safety. And this could be pronounced I'm sorry, I can barely talk. Michelle. It could be Michal. But maybe I have heard of women named Michael before. It's just that you think of Michael as being such a masculine name nowadays. I'm going to keep pronouncing it as Michael. Michael took an idol and laid it in the bed and put a braided goat hair pillow for its head and covered it with clothes. When Sal sent messengers to take David, she said, "He is sick." Sal sent the messengers again to see David, saying, "Bring him to me in the bed, that I may kill him." When the messengers came in, behold, there was the idol in the bed with a goat hair pillow for its head. Sal said to Michael, "Why have you betrayed me and sent away my enemy so that he escaped?" Well, she loved him. That's why. That's why Sal is out of control. Wonder if he's going through a midlife crisis at this phase. Probably. Probably. And Michael said to Sal, "He said to me, 'Let me go. Why should I kill you?'" Now David fled, and he escaped and came to Samuel at Ramah. And he reported to him all that Saul had done to him. And he and Samuel went and stayed in Naioth. It was told Saul, saying, "Behold, David is at Naioth in Ramah." Then Saul sent messengers to take David, but when they saw the company of the prophets prophesying and Samuel taking his stand over them, the Spirit of God came upon the messengers of Saul, and they also prophesied. When it was reported to Saul, he sent other messengers, and they also prophesied. So Saul sent messengers again a third time, and they too prophesied. So they're just not going to kill David. This is interesting how this is presented versus other elements socially that could have been at play. I mean, David was probably so well liked, such a rock star of his time because of the David and Goliath encounter. People were not going to kill him. They admired him too much. They liked him too much, and they knew that Saul was just ridiculous. Then he also went to Ramah and came to the great well that is in Seku. And he asked and said, "Where are Samuel and David?" And one said, "Behold, they are at Naioth in Ramah." He went there to Naioth in Ramah, and the Spirit of God came upon him also. And he went on, and he prophesied until he came to Naioth in Ramah. He stripped off his clothes, and he also prophesied before Samuel. And he lay down naked all that day and all that night. Therefore they say, "Is Saul also among the prophets?" So at the end of his quest to kill David, God affected his mind, his life, his perspective, and he changed. Interesting. Interesting. Well, that was a fun chapter to read. I really enjoyed reading that with some of you out there. And I guess now I am going to, what do I want to do now? I know what I'm going to do now. All right, everyone, have a great day. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back hopefully tomorrow, if not tomorrow, another day sometime soon, but most likely tomorrow. I feel pretty motivated to continue with the page-by-page reading and commentary of the modern English version of the Bible. Bye-bye.